Well, the mass firings of federal workers under DOGE's cost-cutting efforts have left thousands in a state of uncertainty. And the stakes are especially high for now former employees who are pregnant. A new NBC News report is taking a look at the challenges these women now face, all as they prepare to give birth. NBC News senior reporter Jane Tim joins me now. Jane, good to see you. So you actually spoke with 6 federal workers who are pregnant, both international and domestic. They lost their jobs recently. What did they tell you about what happens? Do they have any benefits, or is this simply they're unemployed now?
Yeah, you know, these conversations came from our conversations with just federal workers across the workforce. And we found that people mentioned that they were pregnant and they weren't sure they were going to be able to get another job. Now, I can tell you from my own personal experience, pregnancy can be a vulnerable time. And when you're visibly pregnant, women say, how do I go and apply for a new job? You know, there were people saying, like, I know it's discrimination not to hire me, but we live in reality. Right. Or saying, I'm about to give birth. How do I apply for unemployment, which I need in my circumstances, if I have to apply for several jobs a week and I'm taking care of a newborn or I'm in the hospital? Some of them were terrified they were going to lose their health insurance, while some got it from a spouse or found a way to extend their benefits through birth. They were worried they weren't going to have insurance for a newborn. You know, this is a very difficult time for people, and it's a unique situation that these women are in.
It is a unique situation. I'm glad you're shining a spotlight on it. I don't think a lot of people realize that, you know, pregnant women are among the people who've just lost their jobs and are in a really precarious position. What other options are available to them? And also, what is the White House saying in response to this?
You know, the White House says that President Trump went in with a mandate to cut down government waste and bloat, and that it's not easy to do. But at the end of the day, for these women, they're looking at sort of a difficult time for their family finances, people who had just bought a home or moved to a larger place to accommodate new life. And they're saying, you know, I'm going to be out of work for a year. I spoke with one employee who spoke on the condition of anonymity because she didn't really feel comfortable talking about this, but she said, I live and work abroad, and therefore don't qualify for benefits back home or benefits where I am because I've now lost my job. I'm going to spend a year out of work, out of income, and we don't know how we're going to handle that.
Is anyone saying they're taking legal action or have met to find out if they have any rights in this situation?
The women I talked to said they did not see that as an option. The ones who are early enough in their pregnancy say they're just working as hard as they can to try and get a new job, even if it means taking an unpaid leave, something that is really important to a lot of these women, too.
Well, Jane, congratulations on your pregnancy, and thank you for bringing some of that perspective to us today. Jane Tim, appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.